Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me again and welcome to a new dragging video. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's jump in here at the Big H boutique in Hanoi in Vietnam. Shame, shame, shame. This is the worst Big H experience I've ever had. Not sure why they are here, but it's definitely the worst customer service I've ever had. I was wearing a bunch of Hermes jewelry going into the store, but they told me they have nothing. Isn't that interesting? I think sometimes it depends, I think the jewelry you're wearing, because I feel like a lot of Hermes boutiques, they have a lot of Hermes clients who wear the fashion jewelry. I would be really intrigued to see if you would get dragged if you were wearing the fine jewelry bits and pieces, because I feel like the fine jewelry, you would definitely get a lot of attention, I think, maybe, and be treated a little bit better because you have those more expensive pieces. The next one is also from Hanoi in Vietnam, Hermes. Today I went to the store to buy a belt. I found the attitude of the female SA at the store very disrespectful to clients. If this is a big brand, I think the managers should train SAs well in customer care and respect. I have to say, and I don't know if you guys find this, but I find that female SAs at Big H, and it's a massive generalization, just based off my experiences. I find that it's been really hard to connect with female SAs who work at Big H, and a lot of them has just been yeah, whatever, I don't really want to help. I remember the experience that I had last year at the George Sang store. The one SA who wanted to help was male. He couldn't help, but I really did get the impression he wanted to offer me a bag, but he was really clear that I cannot help you today. And he was really clear on that, So I'm curious about because I think sometimes if you're a single woman, I think male SAs are more inclined to help women shopping alone. And I told my husband this, and he agreed, because when I was telling him the story of the experience at George Sang, I remember he was he was nice to you because he saw a woman alone. I feel like male SAs are maybe more inclined to help women who are shopping alone. The next one is the Hermes boutique in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. My first interaction with the staff working here was a man shouting at me across the hall saying, "Sir, no photos allowed." I just wanted to buy some accessories for my fiance back in Singapore, but they weren't interested. Followed me around like I was going to steal. They were sneering at me when I asked for prices like I couldn't afford it. I'm a loyal client of the New York, Prague, Ginza, Singapore, and Bangkok boutiques. I see no reason to give these SAs any business. I won't be back. I have to say, you guys, when it pertains to pictures, they are really stressy about pictures in a lot of Hermes stores. And I think we've talked about this in dragging videos before, where if you try and take a photo in certain boutiques, they definitely respond negatively to people trying to take pictures, except for Borg and the Sèvres store. I think as a tourist, if they don't know you, I think if you walk in and you're straight away trying to take a picture, I think that is going to annoy people. I think it would have gone over a bit better had he bought some bits. I think if you, just for example, he's buying accessories for his fiance. If he had been let me just pick out a few bits and pieces, then took some pictures, they probably wouldn't have said anything. But I feel walking into the store and straight away taking pictures, that is a recipe to, they're going to run over there, security guard's going to run over there and tell you off. Again, the only exceptions to this is for Borg and Sèvres in Paris for tourists. Please don't come up here saying you're allowed to take pictures if you're a regular at a store. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the way tourists are treated because they don't know you. The George Sang boutique has signs all over the store saying no photos allowed. So I think that also has played a role as well. The next one is the Louis Vuitton boutique in Hanoi in Vietnam. The employees here are really cocky. I don't like it. If you don't buy anything or you ask too many questions, they will ignore you and don't care. Agree. I think that not necessarily about the store, but I agree that Louis Vuitton CAs don't like tourists who ask a lot of questions. And I would say in general, SAs don't like when you're asking too many questions if you're not buying. I think if, again, just my advice, you don't have to listen to my advice if you don't want to. Sometimes in these dragging reviews videos, people feel like I'm trying to tell them what to do. I'm not trying to tell you anything. No one has to watch these videos, okay? But for me personally, I feel like lots of questions and being very talkative works best if you are buying stuff. And I feel like the the pace of buying should be like, hey, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. Can you show me the zippy? Yeah, I'm going to take the zippy, I'm going to take the pouch, I'm going to take the Alma. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you some questions about the pyramid trunk boxes, you know, those trunks that are stacked up together. How would you get those shipped to my home? You see what I'm saying? Make it sound a bit better than that. But I think you need to be quite clear that you are buying a bunch of items, particularly I think if you're going to be going in there to ask like a ton of questions. Because I feel like people who are asking a lot of questions, it can be really exhausting for the essay as well. Same store. Oh, sorry, I missed out on, no, wait, yeah, this is Louis Vuitton Hanoi, yeah. Same store. The staff is crowded but not enthusiastic. It's a branded store, but all the staff are indifferent and do not greet you. I came to buy a handbag and the staff only offered me a drink when I was about to leave. In short, the work is unprofessional, much worse than popular brands. They must think I don't have as much money as VIP clientele. I definitely think that brands do judge you based on how much they think you have and your ability to spend. And I think brands feel like if you're not dressed a certain way, that you don't have a lot of money to spend, and the essays would rather not like deal with you. And also, just because a store just because like the essays seem quiet and they're on their phones, they're probably talking to clients who are probably making the target for the store that day. Just because you don't see someone in the store doesn't mean that the store isn't making lots of money. I experienced that when I had my beauty store. We didn't have like a ton of foot traffic in the store, but we had lots of people ordering from different parts of the country, and that would put us in massive profitability. So if someone came to the store and was thinking that we thought we were too good for them, you not buying is not going to like affect the store that particular day, because so much of sales is based on the essays, like connections with other people who buy, who maybe haven't come to the boutique that day. Next one is the Louis Vuitton boutique in Bangkok at the Paragon location. I had a disappointing experience trying to enter the Louis Vuitton boutique at Siam, Paragon. The staff at the entrance were not particularly welcoming. A lady stopped us and asked what we're looking for. When we told her we're looking for perfumes, she allowed us in, but followed us closely as we walked to the section with the perfumes. When we were still walking, she asked us, what specific perfume do you want to buy that we're looking for? And when I didn't answer straight away, she raised her voice and said, hey, I'm talking to you, in a rude and confrontational tone. This behavior made me feel extremely uncomfortable and unwelcome, so I turned around and left the store straight away. It felt like we were being treated with suspicion, almost like we're going to rob the place. Honestly, if you ask me, the CA set them up. She wanted them to leave. She knew that they may be a little bit sensitive. I have found in a lot of dragging reviews, me personally, hey, I'm talking to you, that wouldn't have sent me out of the store. I would have been like, oh, so sorry, I didn't hear you. Maybe next time, just wait a second because we're walking to the perfumes. I would have kept, some nice, nasty. Sometimes I think you can be nice, nasty. I'm the kind of person, I'm only nice, nasty to you if you're rude to me. So something like this, hey, I'm talking to you. Okay, relax, player. We were just walking over to the perfumes. Like next time, maybe just wait until someone gets to the perfumes before you ask me if I can hear you. Again, nice, nasty, baby, like, you could do something nice, nasty. Sometimes nice nastiness. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. You must be speaking with a really low voice. I didn't hear you there. You know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes like being nice, nasty can be the way. And you're not going to run me out of the store because I'm allowed to be at the store. That's kind of how I see it. Because this person now doesn't have the perfumes, they're upset. It's probably ruined their day, because sometimes those interactions can be very unpleasant. The CA did not want them there. The moment they said that they wanted to buy perfumes, the CA wasn't interested and she wanted them out. She wanted them out of there. And she decided that maybe she felt like they maybe were a bit shy or a bit nervous, and then she was going to get rid of them. The next one is a Louis Vuitton boutique in Florence in Italy. We're really disappointed with the customer service at this store. We were judged based on our appearance. We were dressed casually. When we were ready to purchase, we asked the doorman to get a staff member to help. We're waiting in front of the wallet cabinet that the staff member came to our area as requested, but went straight to customers behind us who had arrived after us because they were dressed nicer. The customers behind us were then welcomed in front of us by the staff at the wall table. We were pushed back and completely ignored. We waited for a long time, then walked out. Really poor customer service. Okay, that is bad. They were 210% profiled based on the way that they look. Like, the SA decide they're not going to buy anything because they look a mess. But baby, come on, this is Italy. This is Florence. Like, this is the hometown of big Gucci, big Ferragamo, honey. Ferragamo and Gucci are the princesses of Florence. Like, can you not make a little bit of an effort to go to the store? And no Pegasus pick me unicorns in these comments talking about how you're naked in your pants and you look a hot mess going to stores. We don't care, okay? Or you're going to be dragged like this couple who had another person who was put ahead of them, which is absolutely outrageous. In terms of the Florence experience, I always say just go in there looking really nice. As a Black woman, I am profiled the moment I'm seen in shops. It doesn't matter if it is a luxury shop. It doesn't matter if it's a high street shop, even H&M and Zara. I've had experiences where I've been followed and I was like actually buying a lot of stuff and people who were like not buying anything were not followed. So again, I think that you should just be ready to look very presentable. I don't think anyone is saying that they needed to wear a ball gown, but they themselves admitted that they didn't look nice. Again, this is big Florence, honey. I believe the Uffizi is in Florence, Ferragamo and Gucci's hometown. You can make some effort with some of your fashions. No one's telling you to wear a ball gown. No one's telling her husband to wear a tuxedo, but I think you can make a little bit of an effort. Same location. We had a really, hang on, wait. Oh yeah, okay. We were really disappointed with the customer service here. We visited during summer and wore light clothing because of the heat, but the way the staff looked at us, it felt like we didn't belong there. It was clear that we were being judged based on how we looked, which is unacceptable. What made it worse is we're literally wearing one of the bags while shopping in the store. Not a single staff member acknowledged us or offered to help. We were actively trying to shop and it felt completely ignored. We asked about passport covers and we were told they're upstairs in the men's section. We get there. The staff told us they were downstairs. It was confusing. No one seemed to care about us. The staff in the men's section were free standing around. They didn't bother helping. It was really disappointing to see a brand treat clients like this. Judging people on how they dressed is unacceptable. We were there to shop. Instead, we left feeling unwelcome. From the reviews we've read about this store, it's clear that we're not the only ones who've had bad experiences. Again. Okay. The people who hate watch these dragging videos, you can be mad at me all you want. In Europe, make an effort to look presentable going luxury shopping. I don't know where I don't know where these people are from. I don't know where they're from in the world. I don't want to make an assumption. Even here, people are super well dressed for day-to-day stuff. People don't leave the house here without looking nice. I remember once I was like, during one of my days off, I told my housekeeper, I was like, I'm going to pop out and just go to the corner shop, like at this like petrol station just to get something. And she low-key looked at me like this because I just looked a mess. And I remember being like, ooh, did she just look at me? Like, she didn't say anything to me, but she gave me this look like, wow, really going out there looking a raggedy mess? And I was like, okay, that look was enough. Let me run upstairs and look a little bit more presentable. So this couple who got dragged again in Florence, there's the other couple got dragged, and this one as well. I think what they need to accept is that you are in a fashion capital of Europe. Florence is a fashion capital of Europe. There are a lot of people who are really well dressed. Italian Glamazons are super well dressed because it is part of their culture to present well. And I would say in Europe, presentation really matters. We've talked about this before, how in Europe, like looking casual in European fashion, in European capitals, a casual look is still really, really, really put together. Whether it's a minimalist look or it's a maximalist look, make a little bit of an effort, even if it's light clothing. It could be a silk dress, or you could wear something really nice. And again, it doesn't have to be a ball gown, doesn't have to be a fur coat, or whatever. But I think make a little bit of an effort so you look serious. Because I feel like the people who look a raggedy mess, I feel like the CA just feels like you're not a serious person about shopping at the luxury level. And I know what some of you are going to say, like some people do look like they dress normally and look really casual. That's fine, but that's not what happens in Italy. And that's not what happens in France. Frankly, even all of my years in the UK, I have to say, even all of my years living in the UK, Brits are really well dressed. Brits are well dressed and look really polished. I think the UK is more about tailoring. You know what I mean? Like UK babes, UK glamazons are more about tailoring and silhouettes and looking snatched. So I think just make a little bit of an effort so you don't get dragged at Louis Vuitton in Florence. Like, I don't understand what else that people want. Because at this point, it's like you're asking to be dragged. The final one is the Chanel boutique in Florence. I was here last week, or I was here a week ago on holiday. I lost my wallet 2 days before leaving, so I decided to pick up a card case in Florence. The first time I went, the first CA was nicer. The second CA I actually bought from was really snobby. I caught him a few times making sarcastic glances to his co-worker while I was looking through wallets and earrings. I guess the amount I was spending wasn't enough for him. I live in New York and I've shopped at Chanel's all over the world, including the mothership store in Paris. I've never had such a negative experience. I was super disappointed. I think that the sales team needs to learn to humble themselves. I think that the problem with like a lot of these locations is like they just get so many people who can spend a lot of money. So I think if you're coming in to make those like smaller purchases, I think that they just think that you're just kind of wasting time. Like, why did you bother just coming in here to buy a wallet? Honestly, I think it's fine if you're a tourist to walk by and to be like, oh, there's the Chanel flagship store. Let me just pop in there and buy a wallet or buy. I think that's fine. I feel like a wallet to me is not like a perfume. I wouldn't go in here to buy like Chanel No. 5. I'm sure that they have Chanel No. 5 in the store, but I personally wouldn't go to a Chanel flagship to buy perfume. I'd probably go to a department store. Louis Vuitton is different because you can't buy Louis Vuitton perfumes at department stores. They only want you to buy them at the flagship store. So I think that they see that wallet purchase and they just kind of feel like this person's not a serious client and is not the type of client we want to represent Chanel in Florence. That's the brutal truth. I hope no one is offended. I am not saying I agree, so don't shout at me, but I think that's what it gives. So everybody, what did you think of today's dragging video? Today's Sunday. Normally I don't post today, but I realized I didn't post anything, I think on Friday or Saturday, and it's the last day of November. So I thought, let me just send you guys something before Advent, which starts tomorrow. On Monday, the 1st of December begins. We're gonna do, I think, would just be a little bit more fluid this month. I'm not doing Vlogmas per se, but I have some ideas. I want to test something this Christmas where maybe 2 days in a row, I can do like a dragging video that comes out in the evening, my time. And then maybe in the morning, I can post another video of something I'm really interested in that I want you guys to see. I wouldn't post twice a day for the whole month, but there might be 2 days in a week. I might try and post twice a day and then maybe skip 2 days and maybe skip 1 day. There'll be a lot of flexibility. Just stay subscribed and turn on notifications. I'm not going to post every day in December though. I just want to try something because I'm curious about the people who watch the dragon videos and the people who maybe are happy to watch other things. Or are you the kind of person to watch anything I post? Just let me know. I'm not offended, you guys, if you don't watch everything. I don't watch all of the videos your faves post either. Okay, so I'm not offended. It's something I might try as well. So I really hope you enjoyed today's dragging video. Honestly, I need all of us to just take it seriously, look a little bit better, look a little bit more snatched. I could have made a bit more of an effort last year with my outfits. I remember people at Hermes Faubourg was so well dressed. I saw someone leave a comment on social media like a few weeks ago saying how they went to Faubourg for Hermes and everyone was so well dressed and they felt really bad about themselves. And then someone was like, yeah, I didn't put in an effort, I turned up in my knickers. No, you didn't. Why are you lying to the person telling them you turned up like in your knickers, in your pants, and you looked a mess at Faubourg? Faubourg does have that like intimidating energy if you look a raggedy mess. Because people are wearing like Gucci and Chanel Prêt-à-Porter and Chanel Couture, and you turn up there looking a mess. No. Like I don't believe that. I don't believe that people who are like, I turned up naked in my pants at Faubourg looking a mess. I don't think so. Tell me what you think about that one. Let me know what you think about everything. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're gonna have a fun time. It's Christmas. Super excited about this time of year. Yeah, I would love to know what you guys think about everything. I'm gonna have my what I got for Christmas video. I think I'll probably end up posting that either because it just depends when all the bits and bobs are coming, because I've ordered a bunch of stuff. I'm just waiting for them to arrive in Dar es Salaam, but I'll have that video. It's probably going to come the first week of January once everything's arrived, because I've just ordered so much stuff. So I can't wait to show you what I got for Christmas. I'd love to know if you guys are buying anything for the holiday period as well. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.